Okay, hello, greetings and welcome to the third of my Final Fantasy XIV Crafters and Gatherers element of my Let's Play. So hot on the heels of doing the Botanist, I am now in Limsa to do the Fisherman's. And with that would be all the gatherers completed. So, we are going to unlock the Fisherman's, show you how it's different from Botanist and Miner, because Fisherman's something of the odd one out. So yes, with that, I'm Sukana, and this is Emir. I have a tendency to forget to introduce myself, which is very rude. Very, very rude. Okay, so let's head to the receptionist and let's begin. Well, a well-wishing welcome to you. Adventurer friend, you've worked your way to Fisherman's Bottom. Have I now? When you want fish for just a day, you can call a culinarian, but we fishermen feast for life. I've set the bait. Think you're ready to bite? Yes, whatever it is you just said. Yes, I want to join the Fisherman's Guild. Hooray, hooray! Ain't you just a cheery little thing? Hooray, hooray! Looks like we've got a live one. Let me walk you through the life of a fisherman in Limsa. Since we've surrounded by the seas, the fishing sites are a fisherman's delight. If you can't fish it here, you can't fish it anywhere. While some of us rope our fish in with rods and reels, others skim the seabed with nets for creepy, crawly critters. You might say we cast a wide net. People prattle about our pullers just about everywhere in Limsa. And there's much and more I haven't mentioned. We shepherd the ships, preside over the ports, and manage the mongers. You should have been a poet, my dear, rather than a receptionist. All while making sure not to leave any adventurers out to sea. I'll wager you prefer to work alone, so we'll start off with the rod and reel. Now, you may not necessarily net the number of net fishing yields, but pole fishing positively pulls prettier prizes. God, she's obsessed with the alliteration. Anyway, and that's the long and the short of it. When you're ready for another bite of bait, I'll reel you in before the Guildmaster. Okay. I hate to hear you'd had a change of heart. You haven't, have you? No, I'm wishing to be a fisher. Spoken truly like a true bespoken... Oh, God. Good Lord. Okay. Spoken truly like a true bespoken fisherman. Well then, it's time you met the Guildmaster. But unfortunately, unfortunately, and somewhat ironically, our nefarious netmaster is out fishing at the moment. This moment and every moment, that is. So Sissy-Poo... I do love the name Sissy-Poo. Sissy-Poo tends to tend to tasks that require tending to. such as decided whether you'll sink or swim with our guild. Susie Boo, presiding over those pools whenever you decided to say hello. She might seem somewhat standoffish, but she's only keeping an eye out for sharks. Be yourself and you'll have nothing to worry about. Okay. Oh, Sissy Poo! Where are you? Hello, Sissy Poo. Yes, yes, save your breath. I heard every word between you and Neninu Ilaka. So I know she told you my role here. As she said, Wawa Loco, supposedly to be Guildmaster, but apparently he has bigger fish to fry, so all his work falls to me. That includes making sure our new fish aren't shellfish, idiots, or potential anomalies. You've passed the first test, but not laughing at that. You've passed the first test by not laughing at that awful joke. Now, you only need the right answer to this question. Are you prepared to fish like you've never fished before? Yes. Well, you're smarter than the majority of bottom dwellers that find their way here. Welcome to the guild. Now, this wouldn't be much of a guild if we set you out to sea with only a pole and a prayer, so I suppose I can spare you a few pearls of wisdom. Nevertheless, you're still going to need a pole and a prayer, so I can at least provide you with the former. Here you go. 1 out of 2 ain't bad. I'll even throw in these lugworms, since you'll not get very far without bait. The rods we bestow upon our new fish are priceless objects, which is to say they don't cost anything. Once you know what you're doing, you'll probably want a proper one. But in the meantime, let's see if you can figure out how to hold your pole ready the one, and I'll give you your lesson. Ready the one I gave you, and your lesson can begin. Oh. Okay, so this is telling me how to fish. Again, pause and read. Because this one's a bit more different. Bit more different? Yeah, I speak good English. Right, so let's equip ourselves. Oh, hang on, where? No. Just remembered before we do anything, we want to save the botanist. Then equip the fishing rods. And save the fishing. There we go. That'll do. Okay, so I now have a rod. So let's continue. Sissy Poo would like to assign you your first task. You're looking quite formidable. Let's hope you don't scare all the fish away. Now, the first rule of fishing is to hold on to your rod. Take care of your rod, and your rod will take care of you. Let me know if I'm going too fast for you. Since you're new here, we're going to start small. and they don't come much smaller than anchovies. You'll find schools of anchovies swimming around outside in Galbion Bay, so you can catch your meager supper without even walking 10 yards. Anchovies are hardly the most cunning of fish in the sea, making them an ideal first assignment. Simply bait your hook with some of those lugworms I gave you, dip it in the water, and the fish will practically catch themselves. To catch Lominson anchovies for Sissipoo, more like Sassipoo if you ask me, but anyway. First select a suitable lure using the bait action. Next approach the water and use the cast action to begin fishing. When you feel a tug on the line, use the hook action to reel in your catch. Okay. Again, more reading for those who wish it. Yeah. I have to admit, fishing is one of those gathering quests which is so lacking in if you're playing with a controller, you can literally have your eyes elsewhere and just keep pressing buttons. It's very relaxing and easy to do offhandedly, as it were. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to go through to the other areas. I do apologise, but anyway. So first we need to bait our hook. So we selected lugworm, given that that's the only thing we have. I also like to have this action on my bar as well. So, cast a line, put the little light on the end for when it gets dark, and sit my ass down. So, this is fishing. Very much a case of just waiting and then hooking it in when it gets a bite. There we go. I've caught myself a shrimp. I don't need a shrimp. I need an anchovy. Okay, so that's the stop. That's the reel it in. That's the cast. Okay. There we go. Yep, more shrimp. And I'm level 3 already. I've caught 2 fish and I'm level 3. This one, because there's a random element to it, can take the longest. So, cue the fast forward, really. I'll see you in a bit. Well, got my first anchovy, excellent. Now let's see if I can catch any more. Okay, so just so you're not staring at a silence for 15 seconds, I thought I'd just say hi. This is me whilst I'm editing. This did take a little bit longer than I was expecting. I didn't think I'd catch as much apart from anchovies as there was. But there you go. I will explain what I catched after I've finished. Okay, so with that, I have finally finished fishing. Okay, so yeah, again, as relaxing and uninvolved as it is, because there is a large IRNG element, random number generator element to it, it can take a while to fish what you want. So for example, I fished up 5 shrimp, the 5 anchovies that I was actually after, 2 gobies, and 1 piece of kelp. So yeah. Okay, here we go. Anchovies swim off every shore of Limpsa Limitsa, so you can bring them back from anywhere you like, so long as it's not the fishmongers. Yeah, I caught your fish. Not that you'd know if I brought them. Here, chovy, chovy, here, chovy, chovy. Fair flock of feisty fish you've got. Giddy guppy. Careful they don't slip out of sight. Waralogo. To what do we owe the pleasure? A guildmaster's got to get after the guppies, dividing up the daily drudgeries, picking out a proper potable and some such support and services. Okay, well at least we know where the receptionist gets her penchant for using what's the word? Alliteration, that's the one. And who gets after the guildmaster? We have books to balance, you know. Books you should be balancing. I did my best to balance the books, but the bilge keel bent the bow back, bouncing the whole batch off the boat. That's not what you know, it was just an expression. But that's neither here nor there, so long as you keep it at the bit, Sorcana. But that's neither here nor there. So long as you keep at the bit, Sorcana, your books will balance themselves. Don't let that go to your head, of course. Any beginner can snag some anchovies, but you'll need to experience the different lures to explore new waters. If you want to catch the big ones. Fundamentals are fine, but the fun is fishing for new finds. Like my uncle always said, fishing is like philandering. You never know what you'll catch. And with those well-spoken words of wisdom, we will leave you to your wiles. Next fish request reach level 5. Well, I'm currently level, what, 7? So, yes. Anyway, I'm going to leave the level 5 quests for later. So with that, that is fishing unlocked. And so I will wrap up here. So, thank you for joining me for my Final Fantasy XIV Crafters and Gatherers Let's Play. I've been Sorcana, this has been Eomir, and we will see you in the next episode. Ta-ta!